Let me tell you about the time I drove 2 hours to embarrass myself over a man. So this is the reason why I don't need to be catching feelings for nobody. In my life, when y'all was asking me why shouldn't you be catching feelings, it's me. I'm the problem. I shouldn't be catching feelings, especially not for no YN, but not for any man at any age. This was not a YN. This was a man that was 4 years older than me. I happened to be in a situationship with this man for 4.5 years after I got my divorce. Okay, so we had this relationship where it was just like all over the place. We was hunching. He was the first man that I was hunching on after I got my divorce. Even when I was just first separated, he was the first one. He was when I cried in the bed with all that. Um, so this was going on for a long time. He would come, mind you, he was also going through a divorce at that same time. So we was kind of like leaning on each other to try to get through this craziness. He would come over to my house. He would do stuff over at my house. He would fix things. Most important part of the story, this man's fine to me. He's like super fine to me. He got locks. He's chocolate. He got his body is the Liptonest of the teas. Okay, I'm talking about this man works out every day. He was 6'1", beautiful. Okay, so I was already feeling some type of way about being with him. So we was acting a fool for years together. I'm talking about I cheated on another dude with him. We was cutting up. So this is happens to be after we had decided to just chill on it for a little bit. I was dating, about to go on a date with another dude. I met this other dude on a dating app. I was about to go on a date with him, and this dude that I was dealing with, he had family up in the Seattle area, which is about 2.5 hours from Portland. So he was telling me he was going up there to be with his family that weekend. I was like, all right, cool. Well, I have a date anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So the date ended up getting canceled that I had with the dude that I met on the dating app. He called me and was like, he was from Seattle and he was supposed to be driving down. He was supposed to be driving down from Seattle. He asked me what we was going to be doing after the date, and I was just like, I'm not making you no guarantees. And he told me if I wasn't guaranteeing that he was gonna smash, he wasn't finna waste his gas and drive all the way down from Seattle to Portland. So I was like, all right, cool, that's cool then. Then just don't come because I don't want to promise you no cool cat. And what if I don't like you? This is like the first time meeting this dude, and I'm like, I'm not promising it to you. So anyway, we're not doing that. So I ended up calling this other the guy, my situationship. He was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Oh, this dude, he canceled the date." And he was like, "Are your daughters there at your house with you?" And I'm like, "No, they gone for the weekend. They at their daddy's house." And so he was like, "Well, if you don't ain't doing nothing else this weekend, why don't you drive up here and spend the weekend with me? Me and my family was doing this, da da da. I got a room because we all are. There was like some tournament or something. I can't remember if it was basketball, football, whatever, some sport. It was a tournament, and he had a room up there. He was like, if, mind you, it's like 8 p.m. when he's telling me to do this because I was supposed to be going on a date, right? So it's gonna take me 2 hours. So I was like, I'm not gonna get there till like 10:30. And he's like, it's cool. He's like, I'm out with my family right now. We drinking, but what you I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put your name on a hotel, and then when you get here, you just check in, and then I'll come, and be with you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm already messing up. I'm already fucking up. But I really, really, really liked him. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about love. Like I liked him a lot. And it's already been 4 years at this point. It's already been 4.5 years at this point of us going back and forth and doing this. Like in Airbnbs, going to hotels, we was doing the most. We was doing a lot. We was in a relationship, but wasn't in a relationship. It was just this whole situation. So I'm driving. I drive up I-5. I'm going as fast as I can because it's late. I get there around 10 something. He's not there, but he had told me he wasn't going to be there. He said he was going to be out with his family. So I check in the hotel, everything. He has not checked in at all. So there is no bags, there's nothing in there. The hotel room is empty. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I call him and I'm like, I'm here. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm out, drinking with my family. Um, but I'm going to call you when I'm on my way. So I was like, all right, That's fine. So I had some little something to smoke on, little something to drink on, whatever. So I ended up deciding to take a bath and watch Gladiator. Now y'all all know that Gladiator is like 3 hours, right? So I take the bath. I'm feeling good. I'm high and stuff. I'm having my drinks or whatever, and I take a bath and I watch Gladiator. The whole movie goes by. He ain't called me nothing. He ain't back. It's like one something in the morning now. So I'm calling him and I'm just like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's like, I'm about to be on my way. I'm about to be on my way." I'm like, "It's like 1 o'clock in the morning." I was like, "I drove all the way up here to be with you. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I know. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you." So I hang up the phone. I get back in the bed. He calls me right back, and he's like, "I'm too drunk to drive home. I need you to come get me." So I'm like, I don't know where I'm at. Like, I don't feel comfortable coming to get you. So I'm gonna send you an Uber. And he's like, "All right, cool, just call me an Uber and whatever." So mind you, it's like one something in the morning at this point, and we are not actually in Seattle. We are like right before you get to Seattle, like maybe like 45 minutes out. And so it's not a lot of Ubers out at that time. So I tried to call the Uber. They're like, they keep saying they matching me, then they keep dropping, matching, dropping, matching, dropping. I can't get him an Uber. So I call him back and I'm like, "I can't get you an Uber." And I'm like, "There is no other way that you can get here." And he's like, "I need you to come get me." So I'm like, "All right, I'm just gonna come get you." So I put on my stuff and everything. I drive. He sends me the address or whatever to the bar that they at. I drive up. It's like 15 minutes from where we at. I get there. I call him. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna be out in just a second." Sorry, I had to take a drink because about what I'm about to tell y'all. He walks out the bar holding hands with a bitch, with another woman. And I mean, they like jolly. They holding hands. They are happy and stuff. So I'm just sitting in the car watching them because I'm just like, I know this motherfucker ain't holding hands with. So he come walking out and stuff, and he sees my car, and he lets go of her hand. And so he's like, "All right," and I don't can't hear what they're saying or whatever. But then I do, as he's walking to my car, I hear her say, "I love you," and so I'm pissed. So he comes over and he doesn't say anything back to her. And so then she says it again. She says, "I love you." And he doesn't say nothing to her. And so she says it again. So then he comes to get in my car. And instead of, he walks around to the passenger seat, but instead of getting in the passenger seat in the front seat, he gets in the back like I'm an Uber driver. Hot. So I look back there and I'm like, "Nigga, is you serious?" And he's like, "They just drive. Just drive, just drive, just drive, drive." Mind you, the girl's coming up to the car now and she's like, "Who's this? Who's this?" And she started to talk to me and like asking me like, "Oh, like what who is this? Who is this?" And he's like, "They just drive, just drive, just drive." So I started driving. We driving down the highway. So I'm like, "Do you want me to pull over so that you can get in the front seat or no?" So he gets back. So I pull over. He gets in the front seat. This man is drunk as a bitch. Okay, I'm talking about he is fucked up. He is drunk. So I'm like, "What was that all about?" And he's like, "Oh no, that's just my sister." Mind you, I've been messing with this man for 4.5 years. I know his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I know his family. His daughter has met my children. Like I know him. They ain't never been a sister. There's no sister. Okay, there is no sister. So I'm like, "I know you fucking lying." And then he's like, "I'm gonna call her so that she can tell you that she's my sister." And this is going long, so I'm gonna have to make a part two. And I didn't want to have to make a part two, but I'm gonna have to make a part two because this is it gets real, real, real juicy.